And finally, think back to when you were 18 years old. What did you do with your free time? An 18-year-old from Scott is devoting his free time to saving the lives of others. That applause is for Hayden Gannard. He joined the Scott Fire Department as a junior fireman when he was 14. Chief Chad Saunier says he's seen him grow from a junior firefighter into a full-time volunteer.
He does station duty just like he's getting paid. He works right along the side of paid guys. He mops the floors, he cleans the station, he waxes the truck, he does everything. And he does it just because he loves the fire service and he loves helping people.
Helping people is what Hayden did on October 15th, 2020. It's a day Hayden says started like most others.
We had just finished up doing station duties, just finished up dust mopping the floors and wiping down the countertops. We had just sit down and we were talking about what we were going to train on for that night.
That's when the fire station got the call. A 1-year-old had been run over by a car. Hayden and other firefighters rushed to the scene.
You always hope for the best, but you're thinking about the worst. You listen to the call, you listen to every detail, every word that the dispatcher's saying. Try to get as much information as you can before you go on so you can have a plan of action before you arrive on scene.
When he got there, Hayden found the baby lying on the ground. The infant was covered in blood and had no pulse. Hayden gave the 1-year-old CPR.
It felt like forever, but I assume 5 to 10 minutes, at the most 10 minutes.
When paramedics arrived, they took the baby to the ambulance and revived her. One of the first people who found out about Hayden's life-saving mission, his mom.
He called me and told me about it because we're really close and we talk a lot. And I told him I was proud of him and to keep up the good work.
Kay Joliet was beaming as her son received his medal from a local firefighters association.
It was amazing to see this, and I'm glad that they are recognizing the firefighters for all the work that they do. I love him and I'm proud of him.
Hayden credits his superiors for preparing him for situations like the one he faced in October.
It's all about training and who our leader is. Chief Chad Saunier, Deputy Chief Domain, all of our command staff, all of our captains, our lieutenants, is the way we were trained. And of course, it comes with experience in doing it.
Hayden also has a message for the family of the child whose life he saved.
I just want that family to give an extra hug from me to them and just watch over that. God was watching out for that kid.
Hayden says he wants to go into the Lafayette Fire Academy and join a career department in the area while staying part-time in Scott. He also wants to go into law enforcement and plans to train in that field too. Joining us on the phone right now is the chief of the Scott Fire Department, Chad Saunier. Chief Saunier, when you were contacted by this organization to receive this award, you mentioned last night that at first you didn't think of anyone because going above and beyond is part of the job. But you came back and kept thinking about Hayden and what he did. What does it mean for you to see him receive this award and to be recognized for saving this child's life?
Well, good morning. First of all, good morning, and thank you for having me. Well, when I first received the call, doing the things he did was just part of our job. But then I started thinking about things he's done in the past. You know, junior firefighter program. Hayden joined it when he was 15 years old, and we watched him grow. And thinking what he did go above and beyond, in my opinion, because when they arrived, there was only himself and one of the supervisors on scene, and a crowd was becoming hostile and somewhat violent. And he didn't hesitate whenever it was time for him to jump into action. He didn't hesitate. He jumped out of the truck and started giving CPR while the other firefighter attempted, to calm down the crowd. And once sheriff deputies arrived, then other firefighters arrived and assisted with CPR. And he was part of a team and a chain that kept that child alive. But his actions in that first 2 to 3 minutes is what saved that child's life.
You mentioned the junior firefighter program. You've seen him grow over the last 4 years. Explain for us the development, the growth, and his progression as a firefighter from being someone who trained and couldn't go beyond the perimeter to now being one of the active firefighters and being a true lifesaver.
Yes, correct. What we did is we started a junior firefighter program several years ago in Scott, and the goal was to teach these firefighters, these guys that are young and that consider in the fire service. We teach them training just like we do everybody else, and hopefully, they like it and keeps them busy, and it gives them some things that could possibly save a life one day, as Hayden did. And watching Hayden walking into the station at 15 years old and watching what he did, when he turned 18, that's what the whole program is designed for. So proud of him and all of the junior firefighters for everything that they do.
If anybody wants to get into this junior firefighter program, how can they do it?
What they can do is they can go to scottfd.org, which is our website, and we have a membership tab, and then on there, fill out an application, and then it's forwarded to us, and we do a little background check, and then we contact them and have them come to the station and start training right then and there.
I should note the Louisiana First Responders Christian Association. They're the organization that gave out the medal. And you look at their roster, you look at who their officers are. Their president is former Lafayette Fire Chief Wayne Prejean. Their vice president is current Chief Robert Benoit. You, of course, have worked with all of these men and have seen the work they have done. And to have Hayden on the same pedestal with them as a fire chief must make you feel good knowing that one of your guys is being recognized by men of that caliber.
Absolutely. They get applications from all over the state, and they review them. The board reviews them, and they determine who's gonna receive the award. And for Hayden to receive the award amongst all the other deserving members in the Louisiana Fire Service is truly an honor for not only for Hayden but for the Scott Fire Department and myself.
And I know you were beaming last night. His mom was beaming, and for those of us who got a chance to see it and hear the story in real time. You hear of first responders being lifesavers, and Bernie and I were talking about this earlier about how first responders put their lives in danger every day.
Yeah.
But for an almost 19-year-old kid to do this is just remarkable.
Yeah, because I was doing, you know what I was doing? I was working a little part-time job, and like I was sitting by the swimming pool. I mean, I was not an exciting person. This kid is amazing.
Yeah, well, and that's the beauty of what we do at the Junior Firefighter Program is, with everything, especially in today's world, with all of the things that teenagers are getting into that is not good, our decision to make that was pretty simple. Teach these kids, get them off the streets, teach them to be part of a team and not a gang. Teach them to be part of a team that could one day save a life, and that's exactly what Hayden did, and so proud of him.
Absolutely. Scott Fire Chief Chad Saunier joining us on the phone this morning. Chief, we appreciate the time. Congratulations again to your department and to your firefighter, Hayden Gannard, for an outstanding job. Keep up the good work. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank y'all so much.
Have a good one. Wow. What a great story. Just an amazing young man. A great fire department. I mean, think about all the people that volunteer.
And not just that, the volunteers, the full-timers, the officers they have in that department. And Scott
just
has
great
its
people.
Absolutely, and they have their fair share of incidences, whether it be fires or car crashes.
Mm-hmm.
But you always hear about how the Scott Fire Department goes in, they do their job, and they don't ask for thanks. They don't ask for recognition. They go in and they do it. And that's the same for every fire department in this area. They don't ask for thanks. They do their job. And they help rescue people from situations that no one should ever have to endure.
Yeah.
But yet they put their lives on the line to make sure that everybody else is safe, is secure. And they're just one department that does that. Of the multiple law enforcement agencies, of the first responders, EMTs, and all others. This is just one example of what all of those people do. And we said earlier this morning, we'll say it again, we tip our caps to all of you for the jobs you do. Thank you for what you do. And to Hayden Gannard, job well done.
Indeed. It's coming up now on 8:17 on Acadiana's Morning News.
Yesterday's cold front sits stalled just offshore here today, and we'll need to watch it because it does look like it will try and lift northwards, which could bring some showers and thunderstorms into the area a little later on this afternoon. I think they're going to be a little more scattered than they were yesterday, and there's going to be much heavier rainfall out over towards eastern parts of Louisiana for Acadiana today. I think